For some reason, I have this weird ability to find these HP NetServer E50 machines. They just kind of appear when I go to local stores, recycler, used places, and I've managed to pick up 3 of them now. This one I've had for a couple years. Running NetWare 4.11. They're not the greatest little servers, but they're not bad. Pentium 2, 333. Gonna hold like, I don't know, 256 megabytes of RAM. SCSI, IDE. Okay, although with the IDE there's some idiosyncrasies. But I've managed to pick up 3 of them. That one works. I got another one, well, actually, up there. This one has a power supply problem, or did. And the front has issues, like they all do from that 90s plastic. So what I did was I got a third one over here. And I'm going to combine parts. This one has a good power supply. Motherboard seems okay. But I'm going to combine parts from the other one as a donor machine, the one that the PSU has problems, and this one into a box. This one was in sort of worse condition physically, so I'm going to cobble parts from the other one into here and make this one a little bit better. Let's start with the floppy drive that's in here. This duct tape was their idea of how to mount the floppy drive. What's interesting about these machines, typical 90s though, you got a PCI riser card here, and the CPU board, this one had 3 network cards in it, and all of them came with an Adaptec SCSI card. Can't remember which one it is. 2940, I think, is the one they all came with. So it tends to work with lots of stuff. Idiosyncrasy, you can't have the IDE and SCSI, like the primary IDE. Inside of here, there's a primary IDE channel coming off the board. It doesn't actually work. In the documentation, it says not supported, and despite putting things on there and things seeing it, and like you can see a drive on there, by not supported, what they really mean is it doesn't work. So the secondary one does work, and the CD-ROM's on that. Tape drive is on SCSI. CD-ROM is on the secondary IDE, and then you got that SCSI card, the 2940, as the primary SCSI bus. So what do you got in the motherboard? Pentium 2, 333, got its voltage regulator, memory. And the other issue with these is how that board goes into the riser card. These things. These are the mounts from the other boxes that I have to fix. 90s plastic, tabs break, things fall apart, can't go back together. So I scavenged enough parts and repaired the one that goes in here with some epoxy. So I'm kind of to the point where I'm going to take that floppy drive out, and if I need it, I'll use this CD-ROM. I'm going to leave that tape drive. I'm going to use the T4 that's in the other machine as that tape drive. Put all that in here. And for disk, I'm not sure yet. I don't want a spinning disk. I've got some Blue SCSI and Zulu SCSIs around. I might try the Blue SCSI. I only have one Zulu left. It's the one that I tend to use as a CD-ROM. Got some SCA ones. Too bad I can't use the IDE because I have a new Zulu IDE to try. Can't do that though, so probably the Blue SCSI. And you know, I might have it mount out the front in the bay, so you know, maybe I'll use that third bay down there to connect it. And then I can put an SD card in and out, you know, and swap operating systems. Which leads to, what am I going to do with this? I think I'm going to run SCO on it. I think I'm going to run SCO Unix. I might even run SCO Xenix on it. Just something weird. We'll see. What else? In typical 90s fashion, these front covers have all sorts of issues with plastic. I'm going to have to do some repairs. But, as I said, I have a donor down there. I can end up with 2 machines. Maybe I can get that third one fixed at some point too. We'll see. But I'd like to have 2 boxes that work. I got another compact over there for some other stuff. But right now, that's kind of where it's at. I got most of the things sort of torn apart on the riser connector. Make sure that I deoxit something in there. Got to replace battery on the motherboard. I had to clear the CMOS password, but it does boot. I did try it first. It does boot. BIOS comes up, says OS not found, so it does work. And it's kind of where it's at right now. When I get things sort of back together again, I'll be back. Okay, a couple things I did. I knew I had a floppy in the other machine and a CD-ROM that I thought worked. I tested the CD-ROM on a bench power supply and got it to open. I'm pretty sure this floppy drive works. I got blue SCSI in here right now. It's all put back together, connected to the KVM. I think everything is there. I have the HP server diagnostic disk here. I'm going to use to see if the floppy works, and we'll see what happens. Hit the power button and cross your fingers and hope for no smoke, I guess. And here we go. 3, 2, 1. DRAM. Put up. See if it works. If I open it. Oh, got a boot screen. BIOS. Have to do it with CD-ROM. Oh, let's put the floppy in. Actually, let's go into setup here. Well, let's start with the summary. See what it says. See what it detects things. All right. CD-ROM. It sees it. Mouse sees it. Ah, SCSI. So PCI bus is working. Ah, there's the blue SCSI and the tape drive. Wow, nice. Oh, what do we got? RAM. 192. I think this will take 256 max. I have to do an upgrade on it. All right. Sees the CD-ROM. Sees the SCSI controller. Sees the floppy. Oh, let's go to setup. Yeah. Next on the list, battery. Got to do that. Looks like everything is normal. Cool. Let's see if it boots off the floppy. Floppy drive works. Oh, it's trying to floppy. Ah, yes. I think all of these boxes have come with this wonderful little diagram of everything. Remember when servers used to come with all this stuff? It's actually inside of it. Shows where everything is. And it goes right in here. And the diagnostics floppy was in there with it. From the diags. Yep, no log. Let's do some quick tests. Run all tests. 3 minutes. System board test. Oh, okay. What is logging? Log to file. Yeah, I don't need that. 10 minutes per gigabyte. So that's 360 minutes to run all tests. Let's just try a drive. That would be the blue SCSI. Huh, all right. Oh, seems to work. I guess the next step is to put one of these network cards in there, whichever one I think will work with SCO Unix. Pretty sure that's what I'm going to put on. Oh, test completed. I'd call this success. Wow, this was far less painful on the hardware side. Now, these things are kind of temperamental on software, so we'll see how it goes with installing SCO. I think I'm going to try SCO. Well, box is up and working. I'm going to have to figure out what to do with CD-ROM. I'll probably need to use a CD-ROM to install. Although, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I do have this Zulu SCSI, and luckily I have some adapters. SCSI 50 pin to the other one. I could just use that if I really need to with CD-ROMs. But it's nice having a CD-ROM that works. I think that's it. Here it is. Step 1 done. And I guess next one, I'll see if I can fix the CD-ROM. Put that in there. Yeah, take the CD-ROM out. Maybe mount up the blue SCSI. And get an OS going on here. That'll be next.
2 days later.
Well, I'm back a couple days later. After a whole bunch of battling with hardware, I finally have a working computer. Got the case back on for now. Let's see. What did I do? Ended up swapping out a couple of these memory chips. A couple of these chips, I think at least one of them, maybe 2 of them, was bad. I first started with a Zulu SCSI in here, and guess what? It didn't work. BIOS did not detect it. Not really surprised. These E50s are notoriously picky and temperamental on their IDE bus. You can't use the primary with the SCSI, blah, blah, blah. So I fell back to a mechanical drive, at which point I put one in there, and turns out it didn't work either. Kept running the installer, wouldn't see the CD, wouldn't see the CD. Took it out, put in a different one, and guess what? It lit up. So it's the wrong color, but oh well, we'll fix that later. The other one was, I did get the blue SCSI in here and working with a 3D printed case too, so that works now. Had a Zulu SCSI in there, it works as well. A good SD card. Waiting to install UnixWare on. I guess right now though, we got RedHat 5.2 on here, and that was my test. So I know the RedHat installer pretty well. You know, I'll show you how that is and how it's set up, and then we'll go through and we're going to try and install UnixWare on here next. And here's what it looks like with RedHat 5.2. Been a while since I used it. Yeah. Actually, pretty zippy. Start up X Windows. Yeah, not too bad. Good old FEWM. So, I'm going to do a shutdown. And then we'll stick in the UnixWare. I'll include links to the ISO images I'm using. You're on your own for a license. You can't find them out there. They are available. System halted. All right. What do we have here? We have CDs. I'm going to take out my RedHat SD. And I have another SD card here. And put in disk number 1. This is UnixWare 7.1.4. These machines take a little while to boot up. I am using an Extron scaler to capture here. It's a RGB HDMI 300A running over to a USB little capture box fed into OBS. Doesn't look too bad. Alrighty, what do we got? So a lot like NetWare, F10, F9 are your keys to go back and forth. License number. The Adaptec 2940 driver is in that boot CD, so I don't need to do anything. I can just say go. I've run this once before. I got through it, so I know a little bit about it. Unlike, yesterday, I knew nothing. DCU, hardware configuration utility. I'm just going to go and let it do its thing. ADSL is, I believe, the SCSI driver that includes the 2940 card that's in here. And I have an Intel Ether Express Pro, EE Pro 100. We're just going to call this UnixWare. So when I was having the problems with the CD-ROM, that first option would not appear here. So install from CD-ROM was not an option. It's kind of the giveaway that it wasn't working. There is my disk that I have in there. I think I dropped an 18 gig. Let's go customize. I've never done this. Slash, and System 5's coming back. Slash stand is the kernel, if I remember right. Swap. Just putting everything in root. Slash, which, you know what? Okay. What do we want to do? Currently licensed Data Center Edition. I think I have like everything. Yeah, let's take license-based defaults. Oh, SMP. Install, yeah, I don't have any SMP. Interesting, you can do a ProLiant. That is my Intel Pro 100, that is true. Duplex speed. Use DHCP. Alright, so like NetWare, F2. Oh, frame format. We're going to go Ethernet 2 because we're just going to do regular Ethernet TCP/IP. You know, this is UnixWare, so we can put IPX on here and talk to a NetServer server. And since my NetServer box is 802.2, I'm guessing I might have to do something later, but we'll see. F10 next. Configure, reconfigure. What do you do? Number buttons, yep, 2. Mouse selection. All right. Yep. Press the mouse button to stop test. Okay. I am in Central. Oops. F10. Security. Oh man, remember these days? E2 security. Let's go traditional. System owner name. System administrator. Login name. Sysadmin. Password. F10. Root password. Do not make it stand. All right. And the CD-ROM is going. So up on the top, that little orange LED that's blinking, that is the hard drive activity LED attached to the SCSI controller, which is actually the blue SCSI. I'm going to mount a little LED down here, an activity LED for the blue SCSI at some point, but that little orange light up there is attached via a cable to the Adaptec controller. That's going. It is connected to the network. And away it goes. I guess I'll just let it sit, and you know, when I'm editing this video, I will fast forward as needed, and we'll see what happens. Real quick, the other CDs. Disk number 2, it's called the OS Update disk, and this seems to have other open source and other things on it. Like I think Apache's on here, a couple of proxy servers, that sort of thing. CD3 optional. I don't remember what's on there. I saw it. And the last one are Linux RPMs. So this UnixWare has like a Linux compatibility system. So you can basically run Linux binaries on UnixWare. It mounts up a /Linux thing. You know what? We'll install it just so it's on here and you can see it. It takes longer, but we'll do it anyway. So, because at the end you can see what it looks like then. Kind of cool, different. You know, I call it the Linux cosplay service on UnixWare. Ultimately, I do want to set up IPX and NDS on here so I can authenticate, like log in on here to my NDS tree. Though the upside definitely to that blue SCSI, which by the way, blue SCSI over Zulu SCSI, I would personally pick a Zulu SCSI. It just worked out of the box. I did have a couple of issues with the blue SCSI, and you have to initialize the disk a certain way. You have to, basically, if you DD and you create the image, don't use dev0 when you create the image. Use dev urandom to lay random bits on disk. It doesn't like the sparse dev0 image for some reason on this machine. But the upside here is, right, I can have, you know, here's my RedHat 5.2 machine. I can just pop in and run RedHat 5.2 on here. Now I could run NetServer on here. I can run whatever I want. Since I have 2 or 3 of these machines, I can just sort of bounce back and forth with, you know, any OS I want anytime. That is definitely the advantage to the virtual SCSI. In this case, I had the blue SCSI on hand. I was going to use for something else that it didn't get used for, and I wanted to keep my Zulu SCSI for another project because it's the blaster, the SCSI blaster. It has, you know, CD audio. All right, let us sit through the magic of editing and time travel. You'll be at the end. Okay, I'm back. It's been close to an hour now, and it's still going. It took about an hour to install everything on disk. It's now to the point where it says building the operating system. I'm not sure what that means, but the disk light is going nuts. The base operating system is completed. Ask and you shall receive. Let's pop that CD out. That was disk 1. Reboot. Okay, let's see what happens here. Well, that's a good sign. Booted. What time is it? Ah, yeah, this has been going at least an hour. For those of you new to the tech game, this is what life used to be like. You just sitting around waiting on installs and progress bars all day. I wonder if there's a way to feed this like an answer file or something to automate it. System is coming up. Good for you. I'm happy. Hey, we got an IP off the network. Continue installing the system. Insert CD-ROM number 2. Let's see what's on CD-ROM number 2. How about we? F10 continue. Could defer this till later. I think you just install packages then. He's going. Java. Cups. Postgres. Samba. With Open LDAP. Okay, so yeah, it's those sorts of packages. Might be some OS updates on here. glib. Or Java. OpenSSH. Perl. Okay, well, maybe some of the stuff we need to install. X Windows stuff. Okay, Java. You know what? The Linux kernel. I want that. And I want the docs for it. Let's install cups too. Page down. Samba. Yeah. Open LDAP. Yeah, sure. Compact Intel. What's desktop management interface? I have no idea. DMC symmetrics. Back. Enhanced event logging. I have no idea what that is. Desktop management. 1 meg. Yeah, sure. Cups documentation. Printer drivers and PCs. Yeah, sure, printer drivers. Good Lord, how long is this going to take? Guess we'll find out. F10. This will probably take another hour. To the magic of solitaire. Get to the end. 2140 is the time. All right. Well, be back in a little while. This is going to take a bit. Probably another hour. Well, that wasn't too bad. Took about 30 minutes to install. Got all that done. So let's move on to CD number 3. I don't know what's on there, but we'll find out, won't we? F10. What do we got? Reliant HA, host mount, reverse merge, advanced file print. I don't want any of these, do I? I don't know what advanced file print server is. I wish you could hit F1 and it would tell you what it is. It doesn't. Let's defer this for later. Go F8. When you install that Unix compatibility layer, you have to install some packages off of disk 4. This is the RPM, Linux RPM CD. Open up and let it go. I don't know how long this is going to take. Select one of the profiles. What do we want? All packages? Oh, 1.5. Let's go minimum. I'm assuming we can just add packages later. All right. What time is it? A little after 10 o'clock. No, a lot after 10 o'clock. 22:26. Going at about, what, 3% a minute? Let's hope it goes faster than that at some point, because that's like, what, 35 minutes? Oh, yeah, 40 minutes. You know what? Seems each of these CDs, the first one takes the longest at about an hour. Each subsequent one seems to take 30 to 40 minutes on this is a Pentium 2 333 with 128 mega RAM. About as fast as I/O as you can get your hands on the SD card. It's actually a fairly modern CD-ROM drive by like standards, like a 2006 era CD-ROM. Yeah, let's call it 5% a minute. Yeah, still 20 minutes, 25 minutes. All right, well, we've let it run and to be back at the end for a reboot. It does have to do some post-install work, rebuild a kernel and some other stuff, so I shall be back again. Hey, how about that? The Linux kernel RPMs are installed. Press Enter or F10. Go offers an update service. We're going to skip that. The Unix kernel will now rebuild. This will take some time. Okay. Give me a chance to pop that disk out. Take it out. There you go. You know how to do it. All right. I should put these away somewhere. Ooh. Reboot. 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 Did it reboot? Rebooty. Okay. Let's see what happens. Probably been waiting, 15 minutes for this video once I get done editing? 15 minutes to get to this point? You just want to see a frickin' server run? Although I think there's more configuration left to do. Sorry. Hey, what can I say? It was the 90s, you know? Things took forever. Sit around just reading. You know what? While you were doing, waiting for this stuff, this is back when we'd read manuals. You have a book, I'd have, the manual open up and you just sit back and, or a magazine. This is when you read network computing or, what was the other one? Wired or Unix. Was it Unix World? There were a couple of Unix magazines that always showed up. Okay, we got an IP. It's on the right VLAN. Perfect. Speed. I'm assuming that's 100 meg. Good. F full, I'm guessing. Could not determine qualified. Yeah, that's fine. Come from DHCP. Clock looks right. Ooh. We gonna get graphic? Hoo-hoo! We have the common desktop environment. Let's see if it looks like other CDEs. What do we have for options? Panorama. KDE. I had to try KDE too. Why is there no terminal? Or is one that is fail-safe a terminal? Enter your username. Why? We're going to go in as root. And the password is not stand. What default username password was stand? Stand. STA for root. They're one of the Unix. I think it's something. Alright. DT term? Well, how about that? So what's kind of cool is you got the Linux thingy going on here. Uname -A. All right. Got one big old root. Yep. This is admin user is here. Let's just try and tell him it's a local host. Nice. You're an issue file? Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm gonna have to figure out how you can install other Linux stuff on here. An FTP client? We do. So for those uninitiated, the sort of tool to use is called scoadmin here. And from the command line, you can just type scoadmin. and up it pops. So like if you want to change your networking stuff, go to the network configuration manager. You know, I'm going to have to do some reading. It's been a long time since I touched this stuff. This is our license manager. Here, license manager. Oh, error. Interesting. Veritas, XVM. Ooh, modem. You know, I have a multi-port serial card. I wonder if it would work in here. Networking. Intranet manager. Let's build an intranet. Wow. Sort of discovery. Cool. I think that's, you know, what else could I show? I don't know much of anything. That's kind of it. So, there's some beginning to end. And, voila, we have, an HP E50 that I can run all sorts of stuff on. Oh, I'll show you how to shut it down. We'll end the video on a shutdown. So you have to be in root. // and in 5 sort of format. It's just hilarious, right? Let's type alt. No. So we do shutdown -G0, which means go now. Answer yes, and init state 0. 6 is reboot, 0 is down. System services are being stopped. Down it goes. Down, 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 down. Down, be down. System has halted and may be powered off. Well, here it goes. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. That's it. Alrighty. Going to bed. Laters.